Recently, I got to play in the Plotweaver closed alpha, and I had a great time. I can't go into a ton of detail, but I can tell you my thoughts. If you aren't aware, Brotherwise Games is the developer of both the Cosmere RPG and the Plotweaver RPG. The system that the Cosmere RPG uses is actually called the Plotweaver system. So expect some of the baseline mechanics, with the d20 being the main dice for action rolls, and the amazing plot die will continue in the Plotweaver game. In Plotweaver, you get to play a variety of paths, also known as classes, in other games. But the difference is that paths in the Plotweaver game are more similar to RPG based video games where you level up any path you want whenever you level up. So this way, you aren't hard locked into a path that you only want a few things from. Multipathing is a valid style of play and heavily encouraged. At this moment, there are three worlds you can choose to play in once it releases into open alpha in August. Those three worlds are named by project, and they cover a variety of worlds to play in, such as a more traditional fantasy with some interesting add ons, a sci fi based setting, and a world set in the modern day where magic is reemerging. Let me describe to you those worlds. First up is Project Folio. Project Folio is described as magic, spirits, and adventures course through this world. These are lands of wonder and danger, spirits and magic, connection and change. You might come from an idyllic village or a bustling city, or you may be one of the brave few who roam the borders of the Threadbarrens or Spirit Lands. Whoever you are resolute against the epic scale of the world's environments and adversaries. What adversaries are those? Ancient technologies brought to restless life, malevolent spirits with enigmatic aims, and more. Second is Project Codex. Project Codex is described as, what do you do when a centuries old, galaxy spanning government falls, with communication severed, transportation hyperlines shattered, and the relics of an invincible military hanging listless in the sky? What do you do next? You take charge and rebuild. When petty despots rise up to seize power, or your community falters without infrastructure, you find a solution. You might be a victorious rebel, a wide eyed explorer, or a bitter survivor, but you have what many generations before you didn't have: opportunity for change. And third is Project Grimoire, described as, our Earth once held magic. Now it is a mundane and threadbare land of concrete, commerce, and compliance. Magic is returning, and for you, it isn't just power, it's part of who you are. Some will call you dangerous or a monster. Others will try to twist your magic into something useful, profitable, and constrained. The world is deciding what magic should be. Who will you be? All of this information can be found on the Plotweaver website, with a link posted in the description if you are interested in checking it out. As someone who enjoys the Cosmere but is only on the second book of the Stormlight Archive, I was very aware I may not enjoy the setting in the game I'm currently in. But I couldn't have happily been more wrong. Aside from my GM's amazing way of running the Cosmere game, my favorite part is the mechanics involved in the game. The plot die is such an amazing idea, and I love the paths of building a character instead of choosing just one class and sticking to it throughout the game. So when you tell me that those same developers are making their own settings and making changes to some of the rules to match that sort of setting, I am almost 100% bought in. The decisions made so far are pretty good, but definitely some larger playtesting is needed to make the best game they can. If you are interested in playtesting, make sure to keep an eye out for the open alpha, most likely releasing in August. And if you want to learn how to play Plotweaver and learn more about it, please hit that subscribe button, so I'll be making plenty of videos covering it, with a how to play video releasing in August when I get my hands on the open alpha. Thank you for watching, keep that glass half full, and have a great next game. See you later.